Hi, I'm Charlie.
And I'm Liz.
And we are the Adventure Closet.
And today we're going to answer some of your questions.
What do you guys expect?
Yeah.
This isn't going to be like our normal videos. We're actually jumping ahead here. This is
Charlie Liz from the future.
and we are doing our Q&A today. So thank you for all your questions. If you guys have any more questions that you'd like answered, just leave comments down below and we'll answer them in either a follow-up video or just in the comments. We'll answer them as well. But today is Q&A day at the Adventure Closet. There will be a few spoilers in this video. Our normal videos at this point are behind a little bit. Like, you guys have no clue where we are. Our Patreons do, but you guys don't, most of you. We've done so much in such a short amount of time that it is hard to, this is why we ramped up our videos to 2 a week, is because we've got so many in the hopper waiting to go. So please subscribe and you won't miss an episode. I'm trying to keep them in chronological order so that you guys could have the whole adventure that we've had with us. And it's been fun. You'll see. So our first question.
Our first one is a very special one. It's coming from RVing Our Way with Mo and Jen, and they're a really great couple, documenting their journeys. They're going to get back on the road soon, but Mark's fighting a really big battle right now, so go over and support his channel. He's doing awesome. But let's see, Jen, she says, how did the conversation start for y'all regarding going full-time? And then Mark had a follow-up question, but let's start with that.
Okay. So, going full-time. Yeah. It actually all goes back, sorry, we're walking on a very steep, muddy hill here. It all kind of goes back to when we first moved in together, and we were...
It was like 2004, 2005?
Yeah, like 16 years ago, something like that.
Yeah.
We used to go for walks at the marina by our house, and we had dreams of just buying a yacht. And I say yacht, a boat. Something affordable.
Something with a cabin that we could just live on the water. Like, we were immediately, I think we connected on wanting an alternative type of lifestyle.
I think it was more of a wanting to do something different, live on the cheap.
We're both kids at heart. Like,
yeah,
it just sounds fun. And then we look at the price of mortgage, and then
those dreams just boop.
I know.
Yeah. So then a few years went by. We bought a house mistakenly.
Yeah.
It was at the worst time possible. And it was just this little tiny house that was more than we could, almost more than we could afford.
Just about, yeah.
Yeah, and it just had, it had asbestos siding. It was tiny. It was basically our first tiny home, but like $250,000 almost.
And then, after we removed ourselves from that situation, we decided it was time to downsize, and eventually we worked to where we are now, living in a van.
Yeah.
Mark had a follow-up of RVing Our Way with Mo and Jen.
How long did it take you to actually go full-time, pull the trigger?
Like, once we decided that's what we wanted to do.
Yeah. Is
basically how he summed it up, which is a great question.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh.
Well, so we were looking back through our old files, and we had one called The Big Plan. And it was about 10 years old, and it was exactly what we're doing right now. Like, so I would say probably probably 12 years about, because before we wrote it down, we've been talking about it, throwing it around for a couple of years.
Watching YouTubers way back when, like,
Yeah.
but we were talking about doing this, like, even before, like, the YouTube thing was blasting off, like, and I think a lot of people are in the same mindset that are out here doing this. There's just a draw to it because it's so fun and adventurous.
Yeah, and it took this one a lot of convincing to finally step away from our comfort zone, to pull away from our 9-to-5s and pursue this.
I'm the more responsible one.
Yeah, she is.
But
yeah, I guess.
I think we had to push each other in little ways, and cutting that last string was a pretty difficult choice to make. But every time in our life where we've been to that moment where we just need to cut the string, we've made the best decision of our lives.
Yeah,
and it's worked out. We've always landed on our feet. We're like cats.
Yeah, we tend to do well under pressure.
Yes.
So I'm going to jump in here real quick and tell you that this isn't like our normal videos. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. Please subscribe because it helps out the channel. Trying to get to our 1,000.
Okay, so we have another question, and this is from Mr. 365 Headhunter. And
check out his channel. He hunts for arrowheads and finds some really cool stuff. Yeah. And he's quite the poet.
Yes, and
I'm sorry, rap star.
And he might have inspired our intro to this video a little bit, so you might want to go check out his more recent videos. Yeah.
We didn't steal his idea. We kind of altered it and made it ours.
Made it our own. So anyways, so Don asked, he has 2 questions. Have you ever interviewed a groundhog?
We have not interviewed a groundhog, but I tend to ask cows for directions at times.
You do.
We'll pull up in a field and the only thing around is a cow, and I'll be like, "Hey, is it down this way? Know any good camp spots?" And they never really answer. They always just look at me like I'm stupid. I don't speak cow.
For me, myself, I talk to crows and ravens. Like, yeah, I'm just weird like that. So, I mean, I don't know if I've ever interviewed one. But what were you going to say?
Yeah, I don't think we interviewed him. I was just going to say that we're both kind of weird. And if you watched our channel, you know this by now.
That's why they're watching. It's one of those things where they can't look away, right, guys? You just can't look away.
No. They can look away. They just choose not to. And then the second part to 365 Headhunter's question was...
Okay. Well, actually, he asked 3 questions. Do you have the van decorated for Christmas?
No. We don't really celebrate the holidays as much as, most people do. We have our own reasons. I mean, mostly the reason is it's so commercialized. There's so much pressure to... buy presents, buy decorations, all this other stuff. And it's just, that's not what we want out of life. We just want to have fun.
We'd rather put money in the gas tank.
Yeah.
Okay, his last question. Mm-hmm. He likes to monopolize the questions like he likes to monopolize comments on our comment section, but they're hilarious. So you guys should read through them. We tend
to have rap battles in the comment section. You guys are free to join.
Yes. But Dawn gets out of line sometimes, and I have to do this.
Yeah.
Okay, so last question was, who controls the radio?
I do. I drive. I control the radio. It's this unwritten rule. Driver controls the radio.
Okay. This comes from your friend Jessica. Okay. She asked a couple of questions too. So one was, who snores?
I snore. I have sleep apnea, so if I don't wear my sleep apnea mask, I'm like a freight train. I'll probably shake the van snoring. It's bad, like real bad. But she snores too. Only a little bit though. Like it's very, 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 very tiny, quiet snore, and it's not all the time. But she doesn't know that. She doesn't believe me.
I never hear it.
All right, next question.
Next question from Jessica. What's the best state you've seen thus far?
So the best state. My best state, spoiler alert, I would have to say would be Wyoming. Wyoming had so many beautiful like mountains and valleys and just the sights in Wyoming are very nice.
It was interesting. Wyoming was. We did not spend enough time there.
We did not. We jetted quick, which you'll see soon. Well, actually, you already saw. You saw last week's. We did 663 miles to go south and ended up in Colorado, and it was a horrible night.
So I'm also going to spoiler alert you guys because we are where we are in video is not where we are in real time. Our Patreons know where we are in real time, but Montana was definitely a favorite. It always has been, just because of the trees, the rocks, everything's just gorgeous. And then Arizona, Arizona, the plant life was amazing. The history there is incredible.
So at this point, which I may have told you at the beginning of the video, we've already been through 11 states. You've seen Washington, Idaho, Montana, Wyoming, and now Colorado. So you have 6 more states to look forward to.
We are so anxious for you guys to see what we've been through. Like, we've been through some cool stuff. This one comes from my mama, Shirley. And she asked, do you think an older person can do this? Well, considering, Mom, you just group texted me last night with one of my sisters, an SOS, help me, and a Google map to your house, and an audio clip of like clicking buttons and wrestling, and then proceeded to not answer your phone when I called. I think an old person can do this. Yeah, so as long as you're doing it in your comfort zone, make sure that you have the safety measures in place, like have a satellite communicator. We have cell phones. We have everything we need in an emergency so that you can, get out of a tough situation. And really, I think anybody can do this. We're doing it in our minivan. I mean, it costs us a couple $1,000 and we're on the road. So heck yeah. And this is for anybody. Yes.
Yeah. And, your comfort zone may be different than ours. You might need a bathroom nearby when you go to sleep. So you have to keep that in mind when you choose your spots. There's a lot of things to consider when you're doing this. Doing this as a couple and doing this as a single woman would be a little bit different. So far, we haven't been in a place where I would not have felt unsafe. It's nobody's really going to mess with you out here.
And you can find people to caravan with too. We've ran into a lot of people that travel together with friends.
Yeah, it is easy to find somebody just to go, cruise with. Just find somebody with similar tastes, similar likes that you click with, and you go with them. And I mean, you could learn a lot from.
Yeah, we're antisocial, and we've made some cool friends out here.
Yeah, we're not antisocial. We are
not good
more
at socials.
We're more sociophobes.
Sociophobe? Oh, are we sociophobes?
Yeah, we're kind of sociophobes in a way. We just really don't know how to start or stop conversations that easily.
Easily?
Yeah. See, I can't even talk.
Yeah, we talk funny, so it's hard to make friends.
Yeah, sometimes. It's not really hard to make friends. Like we've already met a couple of nice people on this journey, and yeah, we click with people, and they're all like-minded people. Like if somebody else is living in their van, they know what it's like to live in a van.
Yeah. In fact, we spent Christmas with a van lifer that we just randomly met. Hi, Josh.
Hi, Josh.
So awesome meeting you. We're going to meet back up with you.
Yep.
But yeah, you just never know who you're going to meet out here, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Another question from Jessica, and it is, what is your favorite rock that you found?
He wins on this one, so go ahead.
So my favorite rock was, spoiler alert again, in Utah. We were just driving along, and I looked over to the side, and I saw this yellow band in this cliffside, and it ended up being this just giant, massive rock that somebody had gone through and knocked all the stalactites off, but it had these pockets of druzy that were just giant, like the size of my hand and bigger. Like you could stick your whole head in one of the pockets in that thing. I'll show a couple sneak preview clips here of this awesome rock, but that would probably be my favorite so far, because it was just a random find that we weren't even looking for it.
It was so cool.
Yeah.
Okay. This next one comes from Carolyn. You've been such a big support to the channel. Thank you so much. Your question is a two-parter. So what is your favorite moment so far and least favorite? Do you want to go first? Or?
So there's so many favorites that you know, it's just, we've done so much cool stuff. But I was thinking about this, and I could tell you what my least favorite was. Another spoiler alert. Food poisoning.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
Oh my Lord. Food poisoning was the worst. Having food poisoning in a van, not fun. Not fun at all. I mean, it is the sickest I've ever been in my adult life.
Yeah.
And we ate some bad shrimp, which it was our fault.
It's another spoiler alert. That's coming up in the videos.
Yeah. So we ate some bad shrimp, and we bought the shrimp the day before for our anniversary, and we ended up not eating it that day, and then we ate it the next day, and we traveled with a cooler and not a fridge, so it had grown a little bacteria, I'm sure. It smelled okay when we were cooking it, but
we'll never be keeping shrimp in the cooler again.
Yeah,
Ever.
Yeah, never.
Never
again.
Yeah. So, well, that was your
the
least
worst
favorite moment. What's your favorite moment?
There's been so many, I can't think of any. I mean, the buffalo was one of the top, I would say. Like cool. Having the buffalo come up and just sit there drinking while we were taking photos in Yellowstone. Yeah. And then that buffalo caravan in Yellowstone, that was cool too.
I love animals, so my favorite moment is probably with animals too. I mean, there's some cool ones coming up, and I don't want to give too many spoiler alerts, so I'm going to go backwards and go to the prairie dogs. Like, the prairie dog town, I had no idea that we'd see so many, and when we first pulled up and we were seeing these little creatures like jumping around, poking their heads out of their little houses, and oh my gosh, it was the cutest thing ever.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about my least favorite moment, and they're all, even bad moments are good memories, you know, when it's all said and done. But I think that same day there was also a bad moment, because when we were leaving there was this lady.
Oh, I left this out of the video.
Yeah, she had a bird dog, or a dog, and she was encouraging it to go chase these groundhogs or prairie dogs, and they're protected. There's signs everywhere. They're in that area. Their habitat's endangered, and
it's a state park.
And I normally am not. I shut my mouth. Like, everybody live your own life. You know, I try to not go through life not being a Karen, but I rolled down my window and I was like, you know, you probably shouldn't be doing that. And then her rebuttal was, do you know anything about prairie dogs? Like, that they don't want to be chased by dogs?
Yeah, that would probably be one.
Yeah. So,
But
least
yeah,
favorite, but
that would
yeah.
be a least favorite moment.
Okay, this next one, it's our niece Taryn, and she's adorable and wonderful. And hi, Pumpkin.
She will be in one of our future videos.
Yes, we promised her she's going to be in a video, and it's going to be awesome. But anyway, so Carolyn just asked her question in the last one we read, but Taryn's was a two-parter. But I'm going to read the whole thing because it's super sweet. So she says, "Are you guys having fun so far? And what is your favorite moment venturing out in the world?" So we did mention our favorite moments, but are we having fun?
Yes.
I think we have an answer for that.
Definitely.
Well, that was fun.
Well, that was fun.
Of course it's fun, Darren. You're watching, you're like one of our biggest fans, and we're always out here having fun, and we're going to have the most fun when you're starring on the Adventure Closet.
Okay, we got one last question from Liz's mom, and she asks, "Can you do this with a pet?" And well, 90% of the YouTubers that we watch have pets that are doing van life. I don't know if you've heard of the van wives, but it's two ladies in a van and two dogs.
Two Australian Shepherds.
Yeah,
so
two
like
Australian
big,
Shepherds.
furry dogs.
Yep.
And then we met somebody on Instagram. Well, we didn't meet them on Instagram, but we met them when we were rock hounding. That gal with that big, like, St. Bernard.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was a huge dog, and she was in a smaller van. So yeah, I think the only thing to think about is, you know, make sure you're taking care of your pet, which most people who are pet owners, they're babies, so
Yeah.
they're doing right by their babies.
And Josh has a dog.
Mm-hmm.
And Crystal, who we met, has a dog.
Yes, that's right.
And a cat.
Yeah, a dog and a cat. That's right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, hi, Crystal, by the way.
Yeah. Hi, Crystal.
But yeah, so having a pet is totally doable. Just, you know, there's certain parks that you can't go to, or you want to make sure you have a leash because some hiking trails you have to have your animal on a leash. So just, I don't know, animal etiquette, but
Yeah, just normal animal etiquette.
I think if you're a single person in a van, I think it would be crucial.
And it would definitely help
Have a
you
pet.
keep warmer on cold nights if you had a pet with you. Because I couldn't imagine being alone and not having a pet to cuddle up next to keep you warm in some of these, because it gets cold out here. Like tonight it's supposed to get to 28 degrees out. So yeah, that's pretty cold.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so totally doable, and I would do it in a heartbeat, but we don't have room.
No. No, if you have room, yes, that's a good thing. If you have room for a pet, then it'd be great to have a pet.
Bye now.
Bye now.